If you want a long and successful career, you want to progress in life, you want the most out of life, you want to spend your days being absolutely happy, if whatever it is in this world that you want, it all starts with the mind. Now, I can't sit here and I can't tell you exactly what you want in life, but you can. And if you don't have the level of confidence to believe in your own abilities, then best believe, honey, it's never going to happen. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how we can reprogram our mindset for absolute success. Now, obviously, if you're watching this video, you have to be in the right mental state, okay? So we can't start work on our mindset if we're in poor mental health. Trust me, I have been there. I understand how this works, and this is why I'm coming to you with this video, because it's so important to share my story so that I can help you develop into a stronger individual who absolutely smashes life. So if you want to watch that video, it's the last video on my channel. I'll add a little box here, there. Woo! Just like magic, it's appeared. Anyway, right, let's get on into the video because I don't want to keep you waiting any longer. Now, everyone's got a very different mindset in life and towards life. But anyway, the two main categories are you've got a fixed mindset or you've got a growth mindset. For me, I really believe that these two types of characters are either positive or negative. So if you're in a fixed mindset, I believe that you're a negative Sally. And honey, ain't nobody got time for us negative Sally. And if you're in a growth mindset, then you're just a positive Susie. I don't believe that everyone is also born with a growth mindset or is born to be positive all the time. A lot of things happen in this world and a lot of things shake us to our absolute core. Things happen in life where we've got to go through the motions in order to become the individual that we are, in order to become stronger, to become better, and to be able to succeed to new limits. I firmly believe in the saying that you are what you say you are. If you believe that you are going to have bad things happen to you, guess what? You are putting it out into the universe and you are attracting those negative situations, and it's going to come back around and you'll get given it. Right, so now let's get into the video where we talk about the 3 steps that I believe you should take, and that are very easy to take, by the way, into your day-to-day life and your day-to-day routine so that you can reprogram this to become successful. Now, what do I mean by this? Let's talk all about number 1, which is your fixed mindset. Every individual has probably gone through this at some point in life. But, you know, if you see really super successful people, don't be fooled in thinking that they've got a growth mindset. Because at some point in life, and even today and throughout their life, they probably do go through the fixed mindset sometimes. So just know that it's normal, it's okay, but you've got to focus most of your attention, like 90% of your time, on the growth mindset. Now, those with a fixed mindset are those individuals that have got limiting beliefs on what they can and cannot achieve in their day-to-day life, but also in their professional life. Now, if you've got a fixed mindset, you're probably struggling with, I'm not good enough, I'm not confident, I don't have the right skills, I will never be that person, I will never have my dream job. Yeah, imagine if I talked to myself every day like that. I will never, ever have been able to achieve the roles and the things in my life that I wanted. Now let's talk about number 2, and that's a growth mindset. Those with a growth mindset are continually striving for self-development. They're putting all of their power and all of their energy and their mind towards working towards that goal. They believe that they can only achieve things if they put their mind to the right place, but also they need to know how to get there. And in order to get there, they're thinking, I've got to read books, I've got to Google something, I've got to watch podcasts, I've got to do X, Y, and Z, I've got to go to uni, I've got to go and research. I've got to do whatever I can do in order to achieve the thing that I want to achieve because it means that much to me. Now, let's talk about a situation and we'll give you 2 examples. So, number 1 is going to be the fixed mindset, which I'm going to call negative Sally. And then we'll talk about the growth mindset, which is going to be positive Susie. Now, negative Sally has just left school. She doesn't have any GCSEs and she doesn't know what she wants to do in life. And she decides to go and get a job in a supermarket stacking shelves. Every day she wakes up, she's dreading going to that job. She does not want to go and stack shelves in Tesco. Therefore, she hates it. She doesn't want to go into work. By having this mentality, now what she's doing is she's telling herself, oh, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to work. I hate my life. I really don't like it. What am I going to do? Oh my God. Every day. Every day, that's the first thing that she thinks about when she wakes up because she is dreading going into work. Now, number 2, the growth mindset, which is positive Susie. Positive Susie has just also left school without any GCSEs, and she's also just got a job in a supermarket stacking shelves. Positive Susie wakes up every morning and she is absolutely grateful to be alive. She's looking forward to the day. She's going into work every day thinking, this is not the right role for me, but I am only here as a temporary step to achieve and get to where I want to go in life. Positive Susie's always thinking about how she can get out of this job and do whatever steps she can take to leave that job. Now, throughout the day, these 2 girls work together, right? So positive Susie and negative Sally are in the same situation. They've both left school at the same time. They're in work at the same job. They're stacking the shelves. Positive Susie comes in every morning. She says hello to everyone. She's nice, bubbly, laughing with everyone. Negative Sally is coming into work and she's like, oh, I just can't be asked to be here and I just don't like it. Negative Sally and positive Susie are talking. Positive Susie's like, it's okay, it's just a stepping stone. Negative Sally's like, no, this is not, my life's never gonna change, I'm always gonna be here. Positive Susie's like, right, you can do it, just change. She's trying to influence negative Sally in a positive light to help her understand and establish a growth mindset. Positive Susie is saying to negative Sally, you just need to apply yourself. Go and read some books, go and study another course on the side, do whatever you need to do to get out of here. Negative Sally over here is saying, yeah, but I'm not good at studying. I'm not good at reading books. I can't do that. Let's take a break. Can you understand that these 2 people being in the same place at the same time and having 2 very different mindsets, how it's affecting their own futures? Negative Sally over here is negatively impacting positive Susie's vibe. She's like, I know I'm getting out of here, and she is very headstrong about leaving this job and knowing what she wants to do. Negative Sally can't see a way out. Therefore, she's going to spread that toxicity and try and knock positive Sally down the road with her. Positive Susie's strong enough to ignore what negative Sally is saying. So she won't let her come near her. Every time she wants to come near her, she's like, no, you can go over there. I don't even know what I'm doing with my hands. But I'm just trying to give you an example, right? If you've got this fixed mindset, you're spreading negativity out in the world and you're affecting not only yourself, but those that are around you. If you've got a positive mindset, then you are spreading love, positive vibes and support to everyone that comes your way. And what you're trying to do essentially is you're trying to help negative people come up in life, but you're also ambitious and you're trying to get yourself out of that situation. Now it's come to the end of the shift and negative Sally over here has packed her bag. She's ready to go. She's like, packed her bag, she's waiting by the clock machine like 10 minutes before the end of the shift. Positive Susie is still checking shelves. She's got the brush. She's brushing and cleaning the aisles. She is making sure that she leaves no complaints, right? And that's the two different mindsets. That's the two different mindsets that you can have when it comes to all aspects of life, but also, most importantly, the day-to-day job. You spend more time in your job than you do at home with your family. Therefore, you have got to be 110% committed to what you do, even if you don't enjoy it. Because you know that in the interim that you're going to do all those things to get yourself out of that job. If you hate your role so much, all you're going to do is feed your brain negative thoughts and negatively impact yourself to the point where you don't want to do anything. Where you might just want to go out clubbing and partying and drinking, do you know? But you're not doing anything in the interim to actually develop yourself. So anyway, if we continue with this story, we've both gone home. So Negative Sally and Positive Susie have gone home. They're at home now. Now Negative Sally's at home and she spends the rest of her evening watching the telly, scrolling on TikTok, going on Instagram, mindlessly scrolling and watching TV. She might have had her dinner, she might have ordered a takeaway, because really she just can't be asked to do anything. Now let's take a look into Positive Susie. So Positive Susie's just got home, and what she's deciding to do is get her books out. And she's trying to read. And she's reading all of her books. She might be researching online and doing some courses. She might be doing a university course. She might be going to college. She might be taking some after school lessons. She might be developing herself on YouTube, watching Skillshare, watching videos like this, listening to podcasts. Positive Susie also might be writing her goals out. She might be understanding what her strengths are, her weaknesses are, how she's going to change them. Now, let's zoom out and take a look into 5 years' time. Positive Susie is in her dream job. She cannot believe that she's landed this job she absolutely loves. She's no longer working at Tesco's down the road stacking shelves. She's in her job when she's actually really loving it. She's thriving. She's having intelligent conversations. She's writing great emails. She's getting great feedback. Now let's take a look at Negative Sally. Negative Sally has moved jobs a few times. She still isn't that happy. She hasn't found the greatest job that she wanted. She's not gone after her dream job. And she's very unhappy with life. Positive Susie's extremely happy with life. Now, if we look at those two scenarios, this is the impact that it will have on your life. By having a fixed mindset, you'll just be like Negative Sally. But if you develop over time a growth mindset, you can be Positive Susie. It doesn't matter what you do day to day. You've got to go through life with a growth mindset. If you continue going through life with a fixed mindset, you're never going to achieve those ambitions, those goals that you really truly say that you want, because you're not working towards your goals. You're not working towards developing yourself. Now let's move on to how we can actually practically develop a growth mindset. As I said before, it all starts with mental health. So make sure your mental health is in check. That's key. That's number one. That has to be the number one priority. Number two is confidence. You've got to walk through life day in, day out, understanding that you have to be confident. Hell, if you need to fake it to make it, then fake it. But you need to portray and internally try everything in your power to be confident. If you know that you don't want to work in the supermarket, or if you know that you want to achieve a different role, you've got to see yourself in that position. If you want to be an engineer, you've got to see yourself in 5 years' time as an engineer. So you've got to have confidence in your own ability. So that confidence is all about believing in yourself. Remove all of the limiting beliefs like I can't, I won't, I'll never. and replace them with I can, I will, and I have. Number 3 is seeing the long-term vision. When I say seeing the long-term vision, you've got to make these steps. So let's say you do want to become an engineer. You've got to write down exactly how and what you're going to do to get there. Which leads me into step 4, is you've got to work on your goals. In the previous step, you've already written down your vision. You've written down the steps that you need to take to get there, but you now need to execute those steps. So if you want to become an engineer, but you left school without any GCSEs, you didn't know what you were going to do, and let's say that you're working in the supermarket, research and understand what courses can you do, what steps can you take to achieve that role. For example, my story is kind of similar. So I knew I wanted to become an engineer at one point in my life, and as soon as I realised that, I researched on what qualifications do you need to become an engineer, what does a job description look like, what's the salary look like, is that worth it? Would I be happy enough to become that person? And so ultimately what I recommend is that you actually take whatever job you want, print that job description out, understand it, and then practically put in the steps that you need to achieve in order to get there. Now, just to summarise on all of that information, if you go through life and you know that you want to become something else and you want to become better, you've got to take the steps, you've got to take the action to get there. Of course, that goes without saying. But developing a growth mindset is absolutely key. You cannot go through life with limiting beliefs. You can't say to yourself that you will never achieve that, because that's negative. And you're never going to get there. You've got to be so confident in your abilities, so confident in your skills, so confident in your mindset that you can and that you will and that you have achieved everything that you want. And sometimes you might be doing something and not realising why you're doing it, so you might not see the value in it. For example, when I left school, I did a hairdressing course. I really didn't know why I was doing it. Sometimes we might not see the value in it. But trust me when I say, everything we do in order to better ourselves at some point in life will repay itself. Now that takes me to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really hope that this has helped you in some way or the other. And if you want more videos like this, then make sure to subscribe, leave some comments below, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Thanks guys.